Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for May 4th, 2020, Monday, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern, a little late, sorry about that. For those of you who are just beginning your association with Tradera, I'm going to have a call for the team, for everybody, because we have people continually coming in, and we want to make sure that everyone is on the same page and that everyone's clear and that they can get all their answers, their questions answered. And we'll be doing that here very quickly. So I will probably, today's Monday, and we'll probably shoot. I'll see if I can do it tomorrow, Tuesday. And all the people who have come in, we will address all questions and make sure that everybody's covered completely and has a clear path of understanding. So I just wanted to make that, assure people that we are going to make sure that they are launched in the utmost best possible direction and then assisted as they go along. So think about what is the greatest teaching in life? What would be the greatest teaching to any of us in life? It's the one that will instantly open our minds and enlighten our souls and transform our hearts into a trusting ball of love the moment you let it in. Now, we all know that of all the thousands of enlightening teachings to choose from in this multidimensional universe, there is one that is light years beyond them all. Now, if we choose to ignore this one simple teaching today from our own lives, we'd be removing the key to experiencing our soul and our ability to live our life's purpose. Living without this one golden nugget of wisdom that we're going to receive today, your life will feel like a constant struggle, which is often empty, desperate, and meaningless. Now, the great golden life teaching you most need to learn is this: know how to remain at peace, centered in your truth, and intimately connected to the divine, trusting, loving God source. No matter what is happening in your outer world, it's not that hard to do when you've learned how to trust life and truly surrender your ego. Now, once we get to this one, it feels like winning the super Powerball jackpot every single day. You'll feel like a mountain of confidence beneath your every step and be unscathed by others' judgments and opinions. Nothing that happens in the media of this world will frighten you in any way when you are rooted in Source. You will instantly become a spiritual leader for your entire community who need your peaceful, expansive lightness to be living a example, to be a living example for them, to guide them back home. And to root yourselves in the most peaceful, infinite source inside you, you choose, you must first embrace and transcend all the suffering in your life. All of it. And realize that each experience of suffering is just an attachment to a thought from the past. That is all that it truly is. And once the thought is released, there is only this divine presence here to bathe in again and again. Now, you either choose or you don't. And by naturally finding this effortless state of inner calm, you will realize, without a doubt, that each and every single one of us are the God source and can manifest, create into reality, create and accomplish anything that any of us desire in this life. You will quickly learn how to remain intimately and infinitely connected with this sweet, soulful experience by practicing one thing. One thing. Let everything be as it is. Let go of your life and the life of the world around you. It is always changing, and to attach your mind to it is becoming attached to a dead thing. And the only thing that is alive is this present moment. And when each of us have discovered this, we will have found the difference between creating success and suffering in our everyday life. This is a true secret. I am not saying that it is a cinch. What I am sharing with everyone is that it can be. And the secret to true inner peace is finding what is real and attaching yourself to it. The secret to true inner peace is finding what is real and attaching yourself to it instead of to the mind. And we all know the mind is not real. That might sound strange to some of you. It fluctuates with ideas and experiences. What is real is what does not change. It is the constant, ever-present awareness that is at the core of every single one of us. And it provides us with the ability to conquer any demon in our paths, no matter how big it is. Every negative force will fall before you when you have established just one deep root in it. And true inner peace is the natural byproduct. Now, it takes tremendous courage to embrace your suffering in all its flavors and work through all the past karma that you've created. We all create karma. We all do. You know, anybody that says, oh, no, I don't have any karma, they just don't understand. Life is pulverizing us daily with distractions. It's pulverizing us. We all know that. Our job is not to make excuses that keep us stuck in our ego trip and to find where is our strongest root source of peace within our being. So when we discover it, our lives become a genuine flow of lightness, laughter, and love all the time. Only he who has courage is a true living being. One who has no courage is like a dead man, even though he lives. Mahavatar Babaji. not just a lack of conflict. It is the effervescent, blissful connection to the spiritual source of your being. It is a state of absolute allowing, where you become as passive, powerful, and pervasive as the unbounded sky. This is the deepest truth of who we all really are. And to find it, you cannot add anything extra onto your already busy life. You must simply release whatever is necessary and deeply let go of all those limiting thoughts about who you believe you are. And when your ego trip becomes less entertaining than the infinite source of spiritual bliss, then the greatest experience of life will find you. Yet, we all must practice letting go of the mind every single moment on the deepest, deepest, deepest of levels, if we want to experience true freedom. We cannot lie to the universe, for that is merely lying to ourselves. Now, this divine inner peace can only be found by looking deeply within at all of our patterns and seeing them so we can step beyond them the next time they arise. And by meditating on what is, letting everything be as it is, the divine totality of existence shows itself to each and every one of us, and only then will we learn how to truly relax. And this is where the divine aspect of inner peace is found. And guys, this is always connected to meditation. Now, if you are already an avid meditator, or think you are one, and see how long you can hold your attention on the infinite source of consciousness within you. Try that. The infinite source of consciousness within you. Okay? So try that sometime or today to see how long you can hold your attention on the infinite source of consciousness within you. How long? Only you will know. This leads us instantly into total divine peace and our full power. All of life awakens in our field of awareness, and every one of us becomes vibrantly alive within our presence. And this is about you realizing that your vibrational frequency, your healing impact, can affect everybody around you. Not only that, and I've mentioned this before, can be 1,000 miles away or further. You've heard people, I'm sure a lot of you have heard this, or maybe experienced it, where there are those who heal people long distance. They literally heal them. It's not some mumbo-jumbo sideshow or carnival. It is a reality. And there are people that heal people from a distance. How do you think that's possible? When you can hold your attention on your source of consciousness and the deep, profound peace that radiates from it will have the same impact, or perhaps even more, as far as your ability and effectiveness on others. So you begin to realize, and this is so important because it's all about us coming into full form of the gods that we are. It will be with each of us in our own time, in our own direction, in our own choosing. We will begin to embrace this understanding. We will begin to understand the fact that it won't be something that you have to really try hard at. In other words, it'll be something that just automatically flows with you, each of us. Now, to some, of course, on how we have been positioned on this planet, in our surroundings, and our influences, not just this life, but all lives that we've inhabited. It isn't, it's kind of like this, it's there, but you kind of go, I'm trying to put my finger on it, trying to get it so it stops moving around so I can get a good, clear picture. And then the ego mind is there incessantly telling you, oh, you can't do that, oh, no, that's not true, you can't do that, come on, forget it, come on. That's just silly. And we all get that. We all get it. None of us are exempt from it. And so you begin to realize that the true secret here for all of us, and I think people get a misconception of the word peace, where it's, where you don't do anything, and you're lethargic, and you're weak, and you're not powerful, and that's just total bunk. So, when you realize that you can center within yourself, within the core God of you, and you let go, and you literally have no attachments and no expectations, and you literally go with the flow, and you embrace the God that you are, and you continue to journey within yourself, it becomes effortless. At first, it's not effortless. At first, it takes some real doing, because we're so, how do you put it, conditioned. We're so conditioned on this planet while we're in these physical forms, and also our gods are seduced and enticed in different directions as well. But when you realize something, and you will, if you haven't already gotten a taste of it, you will. You'll begin to know that your whole existence is to just be. It's not to fight all this stuff. We fight it. All of us do. We doubt. When we have situations that the universe gives us, we doubt them. The ego comes in. And many times we aren't even aware of it. We're not even conscious that the ego is doing it. We just think it's us. See? And you ever notice that the ego will come in at specified times, much heavier than it normally does. And it will literally convince you that something that could literally set you free is bad, risky, not good. It's like stepping onto a bridge over the river of void into the land of the unknown. No, you don't want to step on that bridge. What if it breaks and you fall right through? Look at that rushing water. You'll drown, And how do you know if you go over there that's what's going to be? It could be horrible. You could die. You could be injured. You could have pain. You don't want to do that. And then see the heart mind, which is right there, begins to get upset and excited emotionally and fearful. And the fear of the thoughts come in, and you embrace them and create them into reality, and the rest is history. It all just kind of catapults itself. More of us have talked ourselves, our ego has talked ourselves at a phenomenal avenues for us in this life, every second of every day. And that's why it becomes so frustrated. People become so frustrated that they're blocked. What's blocking them? They are. Okay? And this is why to go into peace and to not have any expectations or attachments, and go with the flow. And you begin to realize that you begin to start devoting your life to your spiritual enlightenment. You start falling into that. And it's not something you fight, it's something that you embrace. You can't force it or push the mind into it. You can invite it, tempt it, and motivate it to believe in the beliefs or the benefits of letting go of your fears. I can just about guarantee you a fearless life is the only life that is worth living. A fearless life is the only life that's worth living. And it is up to each and every one of us. What is committing yourself to the spiritual path? You've probably heard that several times through your lives. What does that mean? It's committing yourself to the spiritual path and taking on a life without fear, which allows everyone to come home to the peace within their heart in their presence. Really, we're letting the light into ourselves. Isn't that interesting? We're letting the light into ourselves. Some of us put like a blackout blanket over the light so it can't come into ourselves. Because we're so contorted of our understanding of what it all means. And do we really necessarily care to? Only that we are the light, and we are the God, and that we desire to embrace that and be that. The spiritual path is embracing the God within us and loving ourselves and being gentle and kind with ourselves and generous and humble with ourselves, and to move into bliss and joy and peace and tranquility and benevolence with ourselves. And you'll witness, if you haven't already gotten a little taste of it, as you let the light into yourself, you will allow others to do the same for themselves. Are you connected with that? Each time anyone sees you bathing in the light, they are inspired to reach a brighter place within their own being. This is how we truly affect the rest of ourselves. All the other pieces of source creation, of deep eternal love and gratitude, all of our brothers and sisters, I don't care if they're totally dead asleep and that they're buried underground and they can't see anything or understand where you are, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The more you embrace the light within you and the more that you choose, that you openly choose to committing yourself to the spiritual path, this means that you're taking on life without fear. Imagine that you will not have fear ever. It will eventually just dissipate and it'll be gone. And this allows every one of us to come home to the peace within our heart, in our presence. And people say to me all the time, is there a lot of effort needed for this to find this enlightened, peace-filled state of bliss within me? It isn't an effort. It will automatically reveal itself instantly when you have totally given up and truly drop the mind's searching habit for something better. And only in this divine release for each and every one of us can we arrive in bliss and find complete quietness and stillness inside of us, within us. And each of us will see that through egoic efforting, we are engaging the mind and disrupting this natural state of enlightened, peaceful space that's already there in every one of us. You do your daily tasks, yet do them without attachment to your ego's agenda. You'll find life is totally enjoyable every single day. Now, we all know this, okay? We know that there will be times when our life will appear to be going smoothly, and it may seem like our karmic issues have totally disappeared. Yet, if we are not experiencing tremendous joy, deep gratitude, or divine bliss, love and truth, all day, night long, then each of us will know our karma on earth is still not complete. There are old patterns hibernating in the back of our minds, remaining in latent form until we are energized and conscious enough again to take them on. And it's okay to enjoy the weeks of smooth sailing and be entertained by life, yet remember something. We're always moving forward, and we're always learning, and we're always moving up, and we're always working on our spiritual path, and it's with effortlessly. The reason all of you come to this meditation every day is because of total enlightenment. That's why you're here. That's why you're here in this now. And please don't be misled by old comfortable habits of the mind, because the most amazing experience of life is awaiting you, each and every one of us, in resting as pure consciousness itself. And the mind will try to make a big deal out of everything and anything. Remember that, because I think we know that. It will try to make a big deal out of everything and anything. And many thoughts are coming each of our ways until we realize they all stem from nothing and fall into nothing. And the mind thinks they are still real, and that it has a big job to do. And true success is about being absorbed by this pure consciousness that is beyond the mind. And doing this every day, it's practice, guys. That's all it is. It's practice. And becoming aware and conscious of it. And doing this every day and sharing this love with whomever you are with, or the path of the spiritual master. Be patient with this process. All of us are becoming spiritual masters. This is not ego. This is what we're doing. Becoming spiritual masters. So, in this meditation, is holding our attention on the infinite source of consciousness within us. Holding our attention on the infinite source of consciousness within us. If you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we desire to do is to relax our bodies. We take it for granted, we just, and a lot of times we try to relax our bodies artificially, and it really doesn't work. But to naturally relax our bodies, and to be in the mastering and the understanding of that, and we talk to the bodies, and then we drop our shoulders, because about 99% of us keep our shoulders up. We can look in the mirror and say, oh, they're not up, they're down. Well, when you become conscious of it, watch them, they'll drop. They might be slight or they might be a lot. In different parts of the body, hold stress. Stress is the number one destroyer of these bodies. Everything is connected to stress in these bodies. And the less stress we experience with ourselves, the healthier and more vibrant and longer lasting the body will be. So we relax the body. And here's what I use a lot. You're lying in a hammock in between two wonderful trees. It's a summer afternoon. And I'm sure some of us have been in this state where we don't move. There's a slight breeze. And the sun is out, obviously. The leaves are kind of fluttering. Off in the background, we can maybe hear a lawnmower or a little dog barking or kids playing, but it seems to get less and less. It doesn't bother us. And then as we do this, we aren't moving and we're in a total state of peace. We aren't thinking, we're not worrying, we don't have any fears coming in. That is bliss. So any of you that have experienced that and you didn't plan on experiencing it, it wasn't planned or structured, you just fell into it. So that way you relax the entire body inside and out, and you embrace the God that you are, and you are fully on spiritual path. So as we do that with the body and relax it, we move into the now. And the now is all we have. We don't have yesterday. We don't have the past. The past is a reminiscent seduction. Many of us go into the past and we pull the past into the future, which doesn't exist, and we create our future out of our past and relive our past in the future. I don't care to do that. I care to move forward, moving constantly forward, embracing the God that I am, moving more and more into peace and tranquility and benevolence. And that is where you obtain or attain total bliss. So the past is gone, the future hasn't come, and the now is all we have. And in this now, we design our own future. You can design your future. No matter if the ego mind is sitting there right now telling you that's just so stupid. Design my future. Yeah, sure. The ego mind does that. And so, but when we focus and we understand, I'm going to design my future and I am going to experience and live that future. I'm going to have the paradise that I desire and the life that I desire and the God planet that I desire. And I intend it for myself. Not only do I intend it for myself, but by intending it for myself, I am affecting everyone and thing on this planet, on it, in it, above it, and below it. And you are. You absolutely are. The now also stills the mind. Wouldn't it be great to still your mind? So we don't have all of those thoughts and all that chatter and all that noise banging us 24/7. You ever notice that? Have you ever experienced it when you get up in the morning that your mind is constant? It's like never ends, constantly going. That's why you can practice putting yourself in a state of total bliss, just like the hammock analogy. When you focus on it. So we relax the body, we're in the now, we still the mind, and the ego mind and the subconscious mind, and we breathe. We want to breath in through our noses and breath out through our mouths. Breathing is so important, most of us take it for granted. How do we know this? Well, because most people shallow breathe, which means they barely breathe. Watch people sometime. Watch them. Just look at their chest, all right? And watch them. watch how much they're breathing, and you'll find out that they're barely breathing. We don't notice these things, but when we notice them about ourselves, we start saying, that can't be. I must nurture the body that I'm in and love the body that I am in. And then you begin to focus on your breath. And here's what we do. As we breath in through the nose, we're breathing in divine positive energy. This is a frequency. It comes from source creation. And as we do this, visualize it. You pull it up through your sacral chakra. The sacral chakra, for those of you who don't know where it's at, is the groin area. We start from the sacral chakra, and we start to move up through the sacral chakra. We move up through the chakras of the body, in the center of the body. We move that breath. We pull it with our muscle, with everything, easily, steadily. And as we pull it up through the heart chakra, the throat chakra. We pull it up through the third eye chakra and the crown chakra. And as we do that, we pull it and we bring it, hovering right over the pineal gland. And as we do that, we compress it and condense it into pure liquid frequency. And as we do that, we hold it briefly. I am light, I am love, I am power, I am God. And when you do that, just for a brief moment, just about 3 seconds, you compress it and condense it into pure liquid energy, and then you release it over the pineal gland. And it floods the pineal gland. So the pineal gland goes from a prune to a functioning full gateway to all the particles of existence, to pure consciousness and beyond. So we do this at least 6 times, the same process, up and over. So it's very powerful energy. We condense it into the liquid purest form and release it over the pineal gland. And the pineal gland, you will find, will become one of your most important bridges, conduit to all existence. Now, we also know that as we breath out, what do we have? We have the ego mind. Ego mind's there. Ego mind doesn't give up real easily at all. And so the ego mind's constantly telling you, this is crazy, it's not going to work, doesn't work, why are you doing this, waste of time, blah, 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 blah. And you just basically say, ego mind, you're not in charge here, so please take a seat. I'm in charge. And you'll feel the difference. You'll feel it in your heart mind. You'll feel when the ego mind's influence has stepped away. Now, it doesn't mean it won't come back a second later. That's why you always have to be in the understanding of ego mind. You're not in charge here, I am. Please take a seat. Now, we are with the heart mind. We are from the heart mind. We are with our God, the God within us, the kingdom of God. We are all one. Okay? And we are consciously aware that we are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. We have others with us right now, right in this now, in this moment. The archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. All of the angels, they are a civilization and vibrate at a higher frequency than we do. They too are all consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest, and deepest, eternal gratitudes. They've been with us since the beginning. They appear, humanoid form at times, just to give us messages. Other times, as many as 60,000 can surround us, each one of us, because of their vibrational frequency, they can inhabit small space in large number. So, they love us and we love them. We have the Ascended Masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, many, many, many more. they've mastered ascending out of body into God form, and they hold their God form. What is God form? Pure consciousness. They assist us all the time. They're here to help us. They choose to assist us. How do they assist us? They might nudge us in a certain direction. They might communicate with our gods from their gods. It's a feeling. It's a feeling. It's an emotion. And we're all one, all of us together. So we decide, and we're compelled, to form a circle of light. So our gods come together, and we snap into place, and we create this magnificent, vibrant, white light circle, this halo. And we don't have physical form. You don't see physical form. You just see the light. This light is nothing like on Earth. It is 1 billion times brighter than the sun in the solar system. And as we do this, we begin to levitate up, float up above the planet from the equator. And as we do this, and as we continue to float up and levitate and ascend, we come into a gossamer field. Gossamer field is kind of like, if you hold it up, you can see through it. You can kind of see shadows and stuff, but you can also see that the bright reflective lights glitter everywhere. And these vibrant colors. And we have the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is the column that reminds us that we are the power of healing. We have the violet blue purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column that reminds us of our power, our strength, our resolve. We have the white fire. This is the column that reminds us that in maintaining high vibrational frequency, that we have an impenetrable armor. This armor is made out of pure consciousness, of deep eternal love and gratitude. All low frequencies cannot sustain around that armor or even come close to penetrating it. If they touch it, they will vaporize. Only us, only we can choose. Now, if we allow ourselves to drop into lower vibrational frequencies, how does that happen? Sorrow, pain, anguish, hatred, anger, fear, frustration, hurriedness, judgment. We can go on and on. I think we all know what they are. They will pull us down into much lower vibrational frequencies, into the lower survival matter frequencies, lower dark matter frequencies. And we are reminded that we have the purple transmuting flame, which is the column to remind us that if that does happen, and we choose that path, we can bring in the purple transmuting flame, and we can literally transmute those lower vibrational frequencies into neutralized substance, and we can literally send them back into the field of pure consciousness where they are no more. Now, we also have the violet ray. This is the column that reminds us that we can bring in the violet ray right after the purple transmuting flame. Violet ray lifts the area of high vibrational frequencies into it. We embrace that. We regain our balance of the high vibrational frequencies and deep eternal love and gratitude. We have the golden white pink light of source creation, of that which created Mother, Father, God, the masculine and the feminine, of that which created Prime Source Creator God, of that which created us all. And it is a column to remind us of what we truly are. We are deep eternal love, and everything that goes with it, deep eternal gratitude, bliss, joy, peace, gentleness, kindness, tranquility, benevolence. Now, as we continue to levitate up, those of us carrying physical form step outside of our bodies and hover above the body effortlessly. And as we do this, we're immediately compelled to call upon all of the light energy beings that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this circle of light, in this now, in the highest and deepest eternal gratitude. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the gigaplexes. One gigaplex fills this universe, and they come in the trillions of gigaplexes from every direction. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They are of the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest and deepest eternal love. We are of the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest and deepest eternal love. And we are the one. And we are the love. And we are the God. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. Many, many, many civilizations. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, of the deepest eternal love, from the highest of the deepest eternal love and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest and deepest eternal love. We are in the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest and deepest eternal love. And we are the one. We are the love, and we are the God. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all of the off-worlders, all the galactics, many, many, many civilizations, and we are just familiar with a fraction of them. The Arcturians, the Syrians, the Andromedans, the Pleiadians, many, many, many more. Only those who are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest and deepest eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this circle of light, in this now. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence, and they come in the billions. Arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They have been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, the circle of light. They are of the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest and deepest eternal love. And we are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are the one. We are the God. And we are the love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. And it continues to intensify. And it continues to expand. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited, And only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest of deepest, eternal gratitude join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, and this meditation, and this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. And we are the one. And we are the God. And we are the love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. And it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth Gaia and this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest of deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Just to name a fraction of them, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur, and many, many, many more. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the trillions, shapes, colors, size, forms, configurations of which many we have never seen before. Arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are the one. And we are the love. And we are the God. And our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. It's at center circle. We all created this sphere over 2 years ago. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Over 800 meditations in perpetual motion. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. It is deep eternal love. It is deep eternal gratitude. It is pure bliss, and peace, and joy, tranquility and benevolence, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, stillness of mind. It doesn't judge. It has no ego. It has no negativity. This is why it can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And it floods us all, inside and out, head to toe, both our physical and etherical. It floods us, saturates us, bathes us in the pure, deep, eternal love that we all are. It encourages us to hold our attention on the infinite source of consciousness within us. To hold it. To hold our attention on that infinite source of consciousness within us all. Feel the vibrational frequency of the deep love that you are, and the peace and the bliss that you are, the joy that you are, the gentleness that you are, the kindness that you are, the generosity, the humbleness that you are. These are all things that are within you. This is why you are here. Total enlightenment, all of us. We look down upon this planet Earth, Gaia. All of our brothers and sisters, all things, all life, inside, outside, above and below. Life is the highest value in all the universes, in all existence. And by doing this, by us being here in total enlightenment, is why we are here. We are lifting ourselves and the entire civilization. All of us are rising, levitating, ascending. And it is because we are the deep eternal love. We are infinite source of consciousness, and that is held within us. We are the kingdom of God. We are the joy and the bliss. And when we finally come full circle with that, we will effortlessly be in pure bliss. And this planet, and this civilization, and this solar system will be totally transformed, as it is doing right in this now and in this moment. I join in the meditation and return to close us out.